I stood 10 toes down in these streets, whole ground in these streets. Roll around the city with the pound with this beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in the streets, whole ground in the streets. Roll around the city with the pound with this beat. That's right, I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. Yeah. I ain't no ordinary man. I'm something that you might never see again. I never was the tallest, never was the strongest. I just held the record for being real the longest. Niggas know they feeling what I spill at my performance. Shitting on these haters, yellow belly like it's jaundice. You know I be on it, know I keep my bomb lit. Ready just to drop it on you fuckers on some calm shit. Don't doubt the ability, get down in the field with me. Watch how I be flipping on rappers, check the agility. I really be. I was always taught it's either kill or be killed. When you die, leave your will like Uncle Phil, nigga, chill. I done popped up out the Masons, I ain't had to pop no pill. Raised up in them Philly streets, with them gangsters pop that still. I've been down with UPK, whether broke or at a mill. All I care for is my team, I don't care about no diss. Cause I ain't choose this life, it chose me. That ain't a secret, made an oath to give my soul peace. And I'm gonna keep it, climb the mountain, set my goals steep. And I'm gonna reach it, so I'm up all night with no sleep. Nightmares of demons, saw my first fiend OD. That shallow breathing kinda fucked me up low key. But I don't speak it till I die. I promise not a tear fall from my eye. Go to war, that's my battle cry. Tell them why. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, whole ground in these streets. Roll around the city with the pound with this beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in the streets, whole ground in the streets. That's right, roll around the city with the pound with this beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. Yeah. I'm so ahead of my time, but the flow is ancient. Tell them show some respect, watch what you put my name in. We are nothing to be fucked with, them boys is dangerous. Make it hard for your team like them boys is tanking. On extended with the pound like you left me hanging. If beef got well done, nigga, we filleted. Cause I held ground like I count some acres. And they don't really want no smokers like they puffin' vapors. When I take ground, we 6 deep in your space. Ready to wreck on what? You take ground, it's a ditch. With 6 niggas picking your casket up. Don't pass this up. They say they built different, but these niggas bounty tough. When it's beef, I rode around with the pound again. Coming for the crown, get rid of the bullshit. That's a rule you flush. No matter how many people or weapons, you can't roll with us. I done held ground for so long, it ain't no rooting up. Long as my niggas know I'm nice, you ain't got a root for us. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, whole ground in these streets. Roll around the city with the pound with this beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. I stood 10 toes down in the streets, whole ground in the streets. Roll around the city with the pound with this beat. I done made this my last stand, but I am not an ordinary man. I'm a motherfucking soldier. The last stand, I'm a soldier. Yeah. I was made to withstand any weapon form. They know a nigga sick, but it ain't no antiseptic form. Nigga, I'm dependable. Move like I'm in Desert Storm. Politic with generals, so I know how to move when the pressure on. Only the worthy will receive mercy. Real soldiers cry loud like a nurse. Son of the power, U.P.K birth. Revenge in my bag, nigga, it's our anniversary. They tell us heaven limited, but hell is plentiful. I'm ready to hunt these devils down like the signals. Put them all in chains by the millions. Difference between you and me, I'm a soldier, you a civilian. U.P.K, we we took the lead to end black oppression. But I do not attack, I just match aggression. This soldier life for me, wouldn't trade it for another. The Lord and my brothers, the only thing above my bread and butter. I bring that bass like a subwoofer, people shook her. They say life's a bitch, I say you should've never took her. The leaders hookers, me and Ty Wolf riding around with the pound, ready to put the beat in the pressure. I stood 10 toes down in these streets, whole ground in these streets. Roll around the city with the pound in this beat. I'd have made this my last stand, but I am not on.
Yeah. Shalom, Israel. Yabashim Yashabar Katama to all the brothers. Yashim Yashabashim Yashai to all the sisters. I'm Prince and Officer 1000 out of y'all with the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. And you already know what we do in the UPK. You understand? What we do is teach Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian their true identity, their culture. You understand? The knowledge of self that we lack, we teach it in the school, man. You understand? Joining with me, you understand? I'm live, you understand, in the west side of Montreal with Officer, you understand? 500 Barakiala. And we have Officer, you understand, 500 Shy One, you understand? And we have somebody, you understand? We have Jamaica over here, you understand, as well. We have Jamaica, goddamn it, you understand? That's right, that's right. Officer Abada One, you understand? Shalom, priest. Yabashim Yashabak.
Yabashim Shabbat.
Yabashim Shabbat.
You understand? And we're gonna talk, you know, like I'm gonna be with y'all, you know what I'm saying, like for an hour and so. But we're gonna talk about what's going on right now. What's going on right now? The actuality, you understand, what you're seeing right now is the fact that Kanye West said that we are the real Jews. You understand? Kyrie Irving, you understand that's the name, right? Kyrie Irving, you understand? Say that, you understand? We are the real. Matter of fact, he didn't even say nothing. He just shared, you understand? He just shared a movie, a documentary, and a book, and they're going after him. Why? Why? Why is that happening right now? Meanwhile, you understand, in Montreal, in Canada, we've been going with brothers, you understand, telling us we are not the real Jew. And I know about the one, you understand, in Jamaica, you understand, going through the same thing. We are not the real Jews. Meanwhile, you understand, we getting, you understand, oppressed just for saying, you understand, that we are the real Jews. And this should be, you understand, this should be proof that we are the real Jews. This should be proof, you understand, that, you understand, they don't teach us, you understand, what we are. Most Asian, you understand, I'm gonna speak for a Levite, you understand, since I'm a Levite myself. Most Levites think, you understand, we come from Africa. We are, you understand, we have a voodoo culture in Haiti, right? White people they're not afraid of voodoo culture. They're not afraid of you being a voodoo priest. Go ahead, priest.
If I may, the reason why white people are not afraid of voodoo or voodoo culture or whatever the case is, because they came out with a voodoo narrative in the first place. They know that story is fake. You understand?
Messiah in Christ. You understand? And also one part about voodoo is worshiping your ancestors, worshiping spirits. Any brothers out there, what other religions worship spirits? Any brother?
Sir.
Go ahead.
Christianity.
Understand? With the Catholics, you understand, worship spirit. That's why they have the saints. We went, you understand, in one of the biggest Catholic, you understand, church in the world. Me and also Brakala, also the Padre. And what did we see? People bowing down in front of statues, man. Understand? Why? Because they worship spirit. The same thing as voodoo. Go ahead.
Egyptology as well.
Come on. Matter of fact, every other religion worship spirit. You understand? You go in East India, they do the same thing. With, you understand? You understand? What are the spirit in the East India? It's India.
Salakia that one.
Go ahead, priest.
80 was in the CARICOM, and 80 leave the CARICOM saying that they are Africans and they were going to join the African Union. That's a couple of years ago. African Union made them associate members for quite a number of years, and then they kicked them out. They are not Africans.
So, if I may, just like the bottom would say, you know, the Haiti basically joined the African Union. The African kicked them out, but the thing is that the Hamites, the Africans said they were not African enough.
That's exactly
just to show that we are not even the same people. Because how you would just let us in and kick us out because we're not African enough? Like what would we have to do to be African enough? You understand? The answer is nothing. Why? Because we are not the same people. We are not African. Point blank. So
Most in Christ. And also, like, if I want to expound on that, is that even in Haiti right now, you have Africans selling, you know, drugs to the Asians. There was the news that came out, you know what I'm saying, where they arrested one African, you know what I'm saying, that was shipping drugs into Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we are not the same people. And how come you could come, you understand, in Haiti or in the island in the Caribbean and sell drugs to a people that's already destroyed? If we are the same people. You understand? If you have knowledge of self, knowing that we are the same people, why would you bring drugs in the place where we are already destroyed? Because we are not the same. You understand? And most of the Levites, you understand, in Canada, that's where African. But God, you understand, what God is doing right now with Kanye West, with Kerry, you understand, Kyrie, is a blessing. Why? Right. Because now I seen brothers that was going against me, saying that we are not Jews, putting on Facebook, we are the Jews. I have to check them brothers and say, you understand, most I in Christ, you understand? I have to check them brothers and say, you understand? Oh, now y'all believe because Kanye West said it. You understand? Now y'all believe because a rich man said, meanwhile, a bad one in Jamaica, you would have never believe him. Meanwhile, Officer Bob Keller right here with me, you would have never believed him. Meanwhile, you understand, Officer Shaw 1 is here in Canada. You would never believe it. But Kanye West said it, now you believe it. You understand? Well, news flash to all blacks, Hispanics and Native Indian. Christ is a black man. The real Jews are black. And we are the 12th tribe of Israel, man.
All right.
And we should not, you understand, apologize for telling the truth about who we are. You understand? The Chinese man who say he's a Chinese man and he's not going to apologize. You understand? These are the nations who say who they are and not apologize. Why should we apologize for telling the truth?
The lockout, if I may.
Go ahead, please.
They want to cancel Kanye and Kyrie because, you know, they made that we are the Jews the Bible speaks of. And the white man is not a real Jew. You know, and they're going to tell him they're anti-Semitic. But I don't know about Salaki. I don't know about Officer 1000, the bottom one, Officer 500, Shy one, even you. I don't want Salaki for the rank order, right? If y'all know about this cartoon called South Park, I used to watch this as a kid, you know, in the world and everything. It's like almost every single episode, they will mock the Amalekites. They will mock the Jewish people. And up till this day, this show is still going on. Yeah, they're not canceling South Park, but they will cancel Kanye West for saying the Jews are black. He didn't say nothing against the Jewish people. He just said the Jews are black. But when you watch South Park, they're always talking about, yeah, the Jewish this, Jewish that, da 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 da. Yeah, they're not canceling the cartoon, but they're canceling a brother because he's waking up to his own identity. It's like, let's say, Salakia, if I may, it's like this white woman, Rachel Dolezal. It was a scandal a few years ago talking about she's a white woman identifying as a black woman. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You understand? She's not anti-black because she identifies as black, even though she's a Caucasian woman. But as soon as we identify as the chosen people of the Most High, the real Jews that the Bible speaks of, we're anti-Semitic. Right? There's another video on Instagram. This Polish woman from Poland, you understand? She's as white as Rachel Dolezal. But now it's like she did some kind of surgery, or I'm just gonna say reverse bleaching, if you get what I mean. You understand? So she could get darker, and now she kind of look like a sister. At the end of the day, she put like filler in her lips, everything like that. By the end of the day, she's really a Caucasian woman. She's an Edomite, trying to look black, looking like she black too. But she's not called anti-black because she's trying to identify herself as a black woman. But as soon as we try to identify ourselves as the real Jew the Bible speaks of, because this is our nationality, we are anti-Semitic and trying to cancel us, trying to tell us either we're crazy or we're racist or anti-Semitic. But there's nothing wrong with a white woman identifying as black. So, yeah.
And let me ask you ask him this: what color are the Ethiopians?
So they're dark skinned, just like us.
They are black skinned people, right? Why they accept the Ethiopian? That's the question that we should ask. Why Ethiopians are accepted to be Jews and we are not?
So, if I may,
go ahead.
The answer is simple. Psalms chapter 83. That's it. If I may paraphrase, right? You want to make sure that we forget that Israel is a nation and they're taking crafty counsel, meaning that it's not about dark skin or black people identifying as Jews. Is about the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the people who were in chattel slavery. You understand? The people who are under their foot, identifying as a chosen people of the Most High. That is the problem. Any African could identify himself as a Jew. It is never going to be a problem. The Chinese could identify himself as a Jew. It's not going to be a problem. The Chinese could say, "I'm the real Jew." He's not going to be anti-Semitic. As soon as a so-called Judite, a Negro from North America, a Mexican, a Jamaican, any Trinidadian, people from the West Indies, South Central America is going to identify themselves as a so-called Jew or Israelite, now we have a problem.
And that's powerful what you say, because every other nation could identify as a Jew and nobody cares. But as soon as the real Jews start speaking about, you understand, they are the real Jews, now there's a problem.
One last thing. Just to add more on that, it's like even the Arabs who are basically, they're beefing with the Amalekites right now. They're beefing with the Jewish people. They could identify as Jews. They have Moroccan Jews, Palestinian Jews, whatever the case is, Egyptian Jews, Jewish people. Jewish people, right? It's okay. The Arabs can identify as Jewish or so-called Jews. At the end of the day, it's not a problem. But as soon as we do, it is a problem. You understand? So
why? Because we are the real Jews. Because you understand, we fit this book. This book is about us. And if you look at what is going on out there, they're canceling Kanye West. They're canceling that other brother, right? Which I've never seen one. I don't know if y'all seen it. Y'all could correct me if y'all seen it. Not one Jew came up and said, you understand, we are not the real Jews, and we could prove it. Not one Jewish man, Salaka. You understand? Not one Jewish man said, we are not the real Jews, and they could prove it. Not one of them. Why not? If they're gonna cancel, you understand, a brother or a black man for saying we are the real Jews, why not prove that we are not the real Jews? Why not? Anybody, not you. So like, let the brother have it. So why not I can? Why they can't bring, you understand, the history out and say, you understand, we are not the real Jews? Why not? Any idea about one or Officer Shaw one? Why not?
Slack, the other one. You're asking why can't they bring out the where the real Jews?
Come. Why can they not bring the truth out? If we are not the real Jews, if they're gonna cancel Kanye West, if they're gonna cancel anybody that's saying, you understand, that we are the real Jews, why did not bring the history out and show that we are not the real Jews? Why not?
Slack, the other one.
Go ahead.
Because we are the real Jews.
Exactly. Give it, man. Because we are the real Jews. And that's why, you understand, they're gonna cancel Kanye West. Matter of fact, we're never gonna forget about Benai Briff in Canada, man. Benai Briff, we was about to have camp. We was about to have class. We was about to have a barbecue in Canada. Commander General YAHANNA, you understand, was supposed to be here. And you know what Benai Briff did? Those Jewish bastards, they called Justin Trudeau. They called the government. They called the police. They called everybody, you understand, try to stop us to even have a barbecue in Canada, man. Why? Because they know that we are the real Jews, and they are not the real Jews. They didn't say, well, let's debate them and let's show exactly what they say is a lie. They didn't say that. You understand? They're trying to block us in Canada. Why? Because we are the real Jews. And it's about time. You understand? I know we know in the UPK, but for everybody looking, you understand, and everybody watching, you understand, that's not in the UPK yet. You need to come in the UPK. You need to, you understand, to wear your shield, you understand, with pride. You need, you understand, to stand up for who you are. You could be a voodoo priest. They don't give a damn about that. You could be anything out there. You could be comedic. They don't give a damn about that. You could be, you understand, Egyptologist. They don't give a damn about that. What they do give a damn about is the fact that you are the real Jews and you waking up and you standing up for who you are. That's what they give a damn about. Why? Because they know if you come up, they go down. That's what they know. And it's about time we see it, man. You understand? One of our prayers in the UPK is praying God, you understand, so he could open the airways, the internet.
Right.
That's what we're seeing right now, man. You understand? I can take advantage of it, man. You understand? Blaze on that Jewish bastard, you understand? Any chance you get. You wake up every day, say the white man is not a Jew. We are the real Jews. Go ahead, please.
Wake up every day, say the white man is a goddamn devil. The Bible speaks of el pinche bastardo, el pinche diablo que habla la Biblia.
L'homme blanc est le diable dont parle la Bible. Blanc man c'est diable. You say it in every language, you understand? Blanc man c'est diable. You understand? L'homme blanc est le diable dont parle la Bible. You understand? So this is what we got to do, man. Is take our identity with pride right now. Because God is showing the way. God is, and I can follow the laws. You know what I'm saying? I know us in the UPK, we ain't got no problem with the law. But that's for everybody that's out there. You understand? And shalom, man. I don't want y'all go walk on Yahweh. Understand? Shalom, Yahbashim Shabbat. Understand? The Jewish man can prove that they are the real Jews of the Bible, and they know it. Khan the one Khans.
Just to add on what Captain Yakawa was saying, right? The Jewish man can't prove they are the real Jews the Bible speaks of, right? Because the Bible speaks of, you know, the Jews or the so-called Jews or the Israelites being people of color in the first place. You understand? Jeremiah 14:2, the Jews are black unto the ground. You know, they're from dark skin to light skin. There is different shades of brown in the ground. Understand? Salakia. I'm going to paraphrase again. The Bible says that the inheritance of the Most High is as a speckled bird, meaning a bird of multiple colors. It's not really describing the whole wide world. It's really describing one nation, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, because we're different shades of brown as well, a bird of multiple colors. They will never be able to prove that they are the Jews the Bible speaks of, because it then again it speaks about them in the Bible as well in Revelation chapter 2. Chapter 2 verse 9. 2 verse 9, right? And 3 verse 9 as well, right? Being of the synagogue of Satan. Now they will have to prove that they're not a synagogue of Satan and that they are the actual Israelites, which they can't do because they descend from Edom and we descend from Jacob. You understand? So now, if they can prove they descend from Jacob, well, so be it. The thing is that they can't.
And also, if just to add to what you were saying, like the Jews are black unto the ground, and just like General Muhammad was bringing out, you understand? What do? They wear, you understand, black shoes to black hats, from their shoes to their hat They're all black because the Jews are black under the ground.
So like that. They even go with a black face.
Good. Yeah. You understand? They even wear, you understand, those black, whatever the woman wear under the skirt.
The black panty?
And no, the thing that sometimes they wear for mask and everything.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Stockings. Black stockings. The Jewish man wear black stockings under what he wears. You understand? Under what you see outside, he wear black stockings. You understand? Don't ask me how I know. I just know. It's like it's like you understand? From their feet to their head, you understand? And the black stocking, they wear black. Why? Because the Jews are black under the ground. Nah, it doesn't mean it's what you wear. It's about the Jews, the color of the Jews, who they are. Matter of fact, Solomon 1 and 5. Bring it quick. Solomon, you understand? You know what I want.
What kind?
You understand? Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5.
It's like a song of Solomon.
It's a lot. Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
1 second.
You understand? You see in the Bible, man, that the Jews are black unto the ground, man. The Jews are black. How can we go against that? How could they even take our identity and use the Bible and say, well, you know what? We are the real Jews. Meanwhile, the Bible says, you understand, the Jews are black.
Right.
You know why? Because Christianity lied to us. Because our leaders failed us and never told us the truth about the Bible. Well, you know what? A good news that we have, Commander General YAHANNA owe the truth. You understand? And we have the UPK, I.S.U.P.K, you understand? The Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge that's saying the truth out there, man. The Jews are black. And they are afraid of that. You understand?
What kind?
Go ahead, what you got?
Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
I am what?
I am black.
What was Solomon? Solomon was what? What type of nation? From which nation was Solomon?
Like Solomon was an Israelite.
And Israel from which tribe?
Like he was a Judite from the tribe of Judah.
So what does that mean?
He is a so-called African American.
Back in, you know what I'm saying? Today it would be, but what was he then back in the day?
He was a Jew.
And he said what?
He said, I am black.
So this is what a Jews in the Bible, in the Tanakh. You understand? That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible, Benai Breath. That's in the Bible, Jewish man. I am black. Solomon, the son of David. You understand? The lineage of Christ said what? I am black. What?
I am black, but calmly.
But what?
But calmly.
What does that mean?
So last one. Calmly is I'll say cracker English or old English word for saying black and beautiful.
What would you say today if you say you are black and beautiful?
I'm black and beautiful. Okay.
Well, you know, you want to say beautiful because beautiful is will be feminine, right? Today. So what would you say?
I'm the husband in the most. So I'm black and handsome. You know?
Right? Say it again.
I'm black and the most handsome.
You know what I'm saying? I'm black and handsome, man.
Right.
I'm black and handsome. That's what Solomon said. You understand? Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. How can we get away from that? He was a Jew. Now the Christian church will tell you, well, that's talking about in the French and the Louis II. You understand?
Right.
We'll say, you understand? It's talking about the Israelite women. Well, if the Israelite women are black, what color are the men?
Right.
You understand? That's one way you could cut up any Christian that's gonna say, well, this is about the woman because it say, oh, you woman, not even understanding what it, you understand what is being said. But in the French version is, you understand, is the woman that are saying that. But if the Israelite women are black, what color are the men? White, purple, gold, green. It's a lager, gray. They must be gray alien, right? They must be gray alien and everything. The woman say, well, we are black. Nah.
So if I may, just a quick, interjection. It's crazy because I told you today, like the Edomites, the Mormons, they pull up on me today trying to make me join the Mormons and everything. I told them they're the devil the Bible speaks of. And I'm like, you know, I don't hate you because you're white. You could have been green or whatever in the first place, but you are the devil the Bible speaks of because you are the liar and the murderer on the face of the earth. It's not about being white. You understand? And I'm just saying, like, it's not about color when it comes to the oppressor. When it comes to the Israelites, it is about color. You understand? Because they always want to talk about there is no color in the Bible, which is a lie. You understand? There is no color when it comes down to the heathen nations. You understand? So I got on. There is like, there's no color when it comes to the heathens, but there is color when it comes to the Israelites. Just like you want me to read again in Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. Solomon said, I am black.
There's no color in the Bible.
I am black.
I am black. Understand? This is in the Bible. If you didn't know, it is there. Understand? For everybody that's not in the UPK, it is there. Christ is a black man. The Jews are black. Solomon was a Jew. Christ came in the lineage of David, in the lineage of Solomon, which means what? He was a Jew himself as well. And the Jews are what?
Black.
Black unto the ground. Understand? The Jewish man is not a Jew. Kanye West, you understand? Kyrie, that's the thing?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving, you understand? You are a real Jews. And you should never apologize because you are the real Jews. You should never give in to your oppressor because of who you are. You should stand up. Just like we stand up. Come to class.
Salago, if I may.
Good.
Them apologizing for being the actual Jew the Bible speaks of, it would be like, in this day and age, me apologizing because I'm brown skinned or I'm a so-called black man. I apologize that I'm black. Why would I apologize that I'm black if, you know, I'm born this way? Like it, you know, just like the white man would apologize. Yo, I'm apologizing because I'm white. Don't apologize because you're Caucasian. It's not about skin color. And say, like I said, you could have been green in the first place. If the green man would have did the same thing you did to my people, I would have something against the green man. So it don't matter if you apologize because you're green, white, yellow, whatever the case is. You understand? At the end of the day, you are you. I'm not making you be you. You understand? So you're not making me be a certain way. You understand? I cannot apologize for being black. Just like I cannot apologize for being a Jew. The true Israelite that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Right? So like the other one.
Go ahead, please.
You ever notice that this argument is always from Western white? We have never been into an argument with a Russian about we have never been in an argument with anyone from the Soviet bloc who didn't have slaves. It's always the West who have had slaves that we have to be fighting for our identity.
As a matter of fact,
they know it's hiding. The Russians not hiding it, really.
And why? Because the Russian knows that the Jews are black. You have the book, The Russian Icon. You know what I'm saying? You have the book, The Russian Icon, that shows that the Jews are black. You understand? Right. This is why you understand that the Jews will never say, you understand, what we say is a lie. And even then, like we said in the beginning, they're not coming out and saying we lie. They're not saying that Kanye West lied. That's the thing that should bother us the most, because they're not coming out and saying, well, Kanye West is a liar for saying the Jews are black. None of them, just like you say, also about the one, none of them is coming out because they know that the Jews are black.
So I got one.
Understand? Hold on. Go ahead, Officer Sharon.
Salaki, and just to add, kind of just to the topic of what Kyrie Irving posted, is that I'm pretty sure, because I watched this documentary a couple years ago. I'm pretty sure in that documentary, they had so-called Jewish people saying that they know there's Israelites in Africa. And in the documentary, they were asking, if there's Israelites that you know are in Africa, why is it so far-fetched to believe that they were brought over here on the transatlantic slave trade?
Right.
Just to Officer Badawan's point, it's because over there in the East, they know that the Jews are black.
Con.
Understand? They know the 12 tribes of Israel are people of color.
Con. I'm gonna tell you a story in Montreal, right? That's just like also showing that was it, right?
Come on, sir.
Con, like it. You understand? I'm gonna tell you a story in Montreal. You understand? I was in the beginning, you understand, of my period in the UPK when I was, you understand, just getting in the UPK. I was wearing my shield and everything, right? You know what I'm saying? I was just the only one over here, you know what I'm saying, the UPK with us blood in the, you know what I'm saying, in the States. And I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? I lost everything, you know what I'm saying, being a UPK, being a Jew, you understand, claiming that I am a Jew. I lost a lot of things, you understand? And I'm not looking back. I'm willing to lose more my life if it has, I mean, if it comes. But there was a Ishmaelite woman. Same, I'm wearing my shield, and she's like, "Do you know that you are the real Jew?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And she's like, "Well, the other black people, they don't know, but you are smart." I'm like, "Well, why don't you tell the other black people, you understand, that come in your store and say that, you understand, you are a real Jew? Why don't you say it?" And you know what the answer was? Anybody could guess. What was the answer?
Like, if she can, because she would lose the store and her land.
Nah. So, anybody else?
So, like you sir, they won't believe him.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. They don't believe it, they don't give a damn. That's what she told me. They won't believe it, they don't give a damn. And she was like, "You are smart because you know that you're a real Jew." All these other nations know that we are the real Jews. The Chinese men know that we are the real Jews. Matter of fact, you understand? It comes from Ammonites and everything. When we read the Apocrypha, you understand? When Ammon, you understand, one of the Ammon, you understand? You understand? Ethan, and said that these people are the real Jews. These people are Israelite. You understand? And they wanted to kill them, you understand? Right. That them, you understand? That them Ethan because of saying the truth. Well, it's the same thing today. They all know who we are. Maybe in Canada, maybe in the United States, maybe, you know what I'm saying, the Caribbean, they don't know. Why? Because of the indoctrination that we receive in their hands.
It's a lot, God.
Good.
I just want to have, like, actually 3 things. First of all, I just want to add something to Officer Abada once said, you know. It's really a talk about, like, the Western hemisphere, if I could say, right? They would disagree that we are the real Jew the Bible speaks of. But the Eastern, just like the Russians and them, they know, because when I was getting into the truth, I was still a bit in the whirling thing, right? I was working with this Russian dude. He said, "Yo, he grew up in Israel, whatever the case is," and he's like, I told him, "Yo, the Jews are the black people are the Jews the Bible speaks of." He's like, "Yeah, I know, you're right. I grew up in Israel, but I know, like, the black people are the Jews the Bible speaks of." He was not no Jewish man. He just grew up in Israel. But he knew that the black people are the Jews the Bible speaks of. That's one thing. Another thing is, like, how we would, you know, not agree that we are the Jews the Bible speaks of. Because just like, I'm going to paraphrase, right? Hosea chapter 4, verse 6 says that, you know, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, you understand? Further down the verse, it says that we actually reject the knowledge. So whether it's opposite 1,000 Adiyar, 1,000 Abada 1, 1,000 Zabaja, 500 Shaya 1, or myself telling you that you are the Jew the Bible speaks of, you're going to reject the knowledge, because Israel, we are a stubborn people. Right. You understand? You rather be Christian and eat pork and enjoy yourself, eat shrimp, sleep with whores, whatever the case is. You understand? But you will not acknowledge that you are a Jew the Bible speaks of, because you think, like, following the Bible is too strict, so it is not for you. So you rather reject it and be like, you know, let me just enjoy myself, get drunk and get high and everything. You understand? Let me be like, what are the name there? Skank and pop Molly. You understand? And promote the lifestyle, right? And Tommy Lee and them. But I mean, you know, Benjamin, we Benjamin party hard, but there is a limit. The limit is where, when we cross the limit is where we sin. You understand? You can party as hard as you want, but when it comes to sin, that is not our culture anymore. We cannot get drunk like white and heathen people. We cannot do drugs like heathen people. We cannot be sexual deviants like heathen people. But then we decide to do like them because we think that it is comfortable. You understand? We're comfortable doing that. It's fun. It's cool. So now let's do that and be like everyone else when we're supposed to be separate. And that's what being a Jew is, being separate from these other nations. Because even when you look at the Jewish people right there, they're not separate from any nation. They act like they're separate, but they sell the most drugs. You understand? They smoke all the dope. They pimp all the women, and they paint them as an image like, oh, it's the Haitians the biggest pimps in Montreal, or the Jamaicans the biggest drug dealers and the shooters in Montreal, in Toronto, and things. But who supplies the drugs? Who supplies the guns?
Right.
You understand? No man, no Benjamin brethren or sister is bringing any guns across the border just like that without assistance from the oppressor. You understand? That's just to show you that, you know, even then, when we get sentenced for crimes that we commit, you understand, we get larger or harder sentences than the so-called Jewish counterpart. Now, why is that? Not even just the regular Caucasian man, but the Jewish himself. Now, why is that? Ask yourself that question. Because if you're really the so-called, you know, chosen people of the Most High, you will suffer the judgment of the Most High. You understand? You will die like crazy because of the sins that you commit, but they don't. We do. You understand? We're the number one people with diabetes, high blood pressure because of all the sinful things that we eat. You understand? Now ask yourself that. Why are we suffering just like we're suffering right now and not them? Not only that, but if they're actually the real Jews the Bible speaks of, let them answer for Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Right? Who went into slavery again by the way of slave ships? As far as I don't know, I was gonna say no Jewish man, but no Caucasian person actually went into slavery by the way of slave ships. You understand? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there.
Come on. You understand what you say? It's powerful. And also the part, you understand, like about, you understand, you was going close to the Talmud. Which, you know what I'm saying? Any brothers out here not me read the Talmud?
Nah, it's a lot.
Oh, sir.
Well, yeah, get on it with the Jewish, you know what I'm saying, for Jewish. You know what I'm saying? You want to attack the Jewish, get on the Talmud, but there's a lot of things in the Talmud, you know what I'm saying, that's against the Bible. And then you're gonna see like it's really vile and disgusting.
Okay.
You understand? I suggest you brothers, you know what I'm saying, get on the Talmud. Like this, when you have a Jewish, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in your face, do you subscribe to the Talmud? Yes, I do. Bring him to that verse. Bring it to that chapter or whatever, you know what I'm saying, paragraph, and show him, you know what I'm saying, you subscribe to this, let him explain. You will see. You understand? And that's why we got, you understand, what we got to be, you understand, like knowledgeable about all these things, all these fake religions. We got to be knowledgeable to destroy them as well. And that's what we do in the UPK. Understand? That's what we do in the UPK is learn what they do. Just like, you understand, Captain Tazariak, you understand, destroying Kemet. Why? Because he learned about Kemet. He learned what they do. Well, we should learn everything that the Jewish man is doing, especially what we're seeing right now. We should exactly, you understand, learn everything that they do. Just like they're giving herpes to babies.
Right.
Understand? While sucking their rod and everything. So I can understand? They're giving herpes to babies. Well, learn what is in the Talmud, and you're gonna see, you understand, that you could use the Talmud, you could use their own culture and go against them and destroy them. Oh, that's what you believe in? The Talmud will say, you understand, a Jewish man could have this woman or certain type of woman have sex with an animal. That's in the Talmud. Look it up. You understand? Meanwhile, in the Torah, it says a woman can, a man or woman, or no, a woman can have sex with an animal. You understand? But that's what it is. All right, Mr. Shawan, can you bring me to Matthew 5, verse 10, Baba Question?
Come on, sir.
And also about the one, you know what I'm saying? If you want to say anything, go ahead. All right, feel free. All right, please.
Just one thing, other one.
Go ahead, please.
I heard a Jewish man debating. Well, he wasn't debating. He was on one of their radio show. I heard caught the channel probably about a year or more ago on YouTube, and he was trying to use scriptures to show that they are the true Jew. So he was saying that they are always being persecuted, but we and them are not persecuted for the same reason. They are persecuted because they are always trying to oppress people.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what Kanye is feeling, that's the same thing they were doing in Germany. That's why Hitler went against them. And on the matter of Deuteronomy 28, where it says we shall go to Egypt again with ships, he was trying to use the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD, saying that the book of Josephus, which is not in the Bible, said that many Jews went by ship into Egypt as slaves. Now, that argument which we cannot prove. So they're always using things which it's not current. They can tell her that, well, way back 200 years ago, so and so used to happen. And it was us, because they have already scrubbed history. So they scrub us from the history, so they can always put themselves in it. But there is nothing in the present. In Deuteronomy 28, it says that by the curses shall be a sign upon us. That's how you're going to know the Jews today. The curses are not on them. They can't identify with that.
Right. Come. And also, you understand that they want to, you understand? Well, the Jews that was in Jerusalem, you understand, 780, they went where?
Africa.
There you go. You cut them up with this right there.
It's a lot of
and some went into Rome as slaves.
And also the Jews that were in Spain, when you understand the Spaniards, you understand the Caucasian was taking over Spain. Those Jews that were in Spain went where? That's Israel.
I think
where?
I think they went in Africa. They were sent to
Africa. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. The same thing. Those Jews that were in Spain went into Africa. Why would they go into Africa? Also, about a one?
Because they were black.
Give him a hand. You understand? Because they were black, they went into Africa. So if the Jews that were in Spain went into Africa, you understand, because they were black, what color are the Jews?
They must be black.
Thank you, good night. That's what you tell them. Thank you, good night. You understand? There you go.
Also, you know that when they were whitewashing Scotland,
right,
they sent somewhere between 13 to 15,000 of the black. You know, Scotland was run by black elites. It was black. You know, they sent them to Jamaica in slavery. 13 to 15,000. You can Google it. It's right there on Google. How many can Google? How many Scottish slaves? How many Scottish slaves went to Jamaica?
About one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when the slaves were in Jamaica, did they use the Apocrypha, you understand, to revolt?
I've heard that story from the amongst the Maroons.
Exactly, because that's exactly the same thing with Bookman. Like in Haiti, we have the story of Bookman that did the, you understand, voodoo ceremony, you understand, and that progressed the slave revolution in Haiti. But meanwhile, Bookman, when you read about Bookman, was a Benjamite that came from Jamaica, and he learned that, you understand, from the Apocrypha. Understand, reading about the Maccabees and everything.
Right.
And this is what I learned, that, you understand, that the Jamaican, you understand, had the Apocrypha and learned the Apocrypha, you understand, and that's how they did the revolution as well.
Well, there must be some truth in it, because I remember in the church growing up, you used to hear, don't read those book of Maccabees, you know, they might make you mad. Specifically went against the Maccabees.
Yeah.
You know why it might make you mad? Because you're gonna identify yourself
Right.
as a true,
Right.
chosen people of the Bible.
The argument they use in the church is that those books show you how to work obia, which not true.
Kawakan.
Ain't true.
So like that obia thing is just like voodoo. In Martinique, we call it Camboy. You understand? Right. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans call it Santeria. That's just Christianity with some spooky stuff. That's just Salaka. That's just Halloween Christianity.
Right. Just like Halloween is a witch festival, is a witch holiday.
Kawakan. And the thing is that again, we would identify ourselves as anything but the chosen people of the Most High. We'd rather identify ourselves as the Obia man, the voodoo priest, the man doing Kambwa, talking about, this is our roots, whatever the case is. But we learned this from the heathen nations in the first place. Because I spoke to a sister in my neighborhood who's friends with my dad. She's a Levite talking about voodoo. I'm arguing with her back and forth. She would tell me voodoo is actually from Africa. It's not from Haiti. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But then again, we are not Africans. You understand? So now we're adopting a culture from another people, identifying as this other people. But when you look at it in the first place, like the Africans are trying to be like us. Look at Burna Boy. Look at what's his name, Whiskey and them, with the Afrobeats, they're making dancehall and whatever. They're trying to be us so bad, but we're trying to be them. Look at the Japanese copying, the Mexican culture about being a cholo, wearing baggy pants and tattoos all over the face, or doing dancehall parties. You understand? Doing sound system and things. It's like they trying to be us, but we're trying to be like them. You understand? There is no problem for us trying to be like the other nations. But as soon as us trying to actually be ourselves, now there's a problem, because they know that as soon as we all wake up, it's over with. Christ is coming back. He's cracking the sky, and he's gonna drench his garment with their blood. That's what they worried about. You understand? So
Salaki, voodoo is the national religion for Togo. Togo is a country in Africa.
Kawakai.
Their national religion is voodoo. So
and also, priest, if God, and if you allow me as well, the Dahomey tribe, you understand that you could go check the Dahomey tribe that I brought up, you understand, on Facebook as well. Like the Dahomey tribe was using, you understand, voodoo against the Asians. You understand? The Dahomey tribe, you understand, that put the slave in captivity and sold them to the white man, was using voodoo against the Asian. And that's why I go against the Asian. And you understand, they say like they use the Bible against us, they use Christianity against us. Come, I understand Christianity, but they use voodoo against us as well. So why do you follow voodoo? Look it up. Look it up, Akim. The Dahomey tribe used voodoo. They used to sacrifice. You understand? Human sacrifice. And who they used to sacrifice? Those Levites. You understand? Those Levites, they used to blood sacrifice them, killing them. There's a king, a Dahomey king. You could see his picture and everything. You could look up his picture and you see a bunch of skulls next to his throne. Those skulls are the children of Israel. Those skulls are the Levites that they killed, man. That they sacrificed. You understand? Also, Shawan, can you bring me to the verse?
Come on, sir. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Read it again.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
And this go out to Kanye West, who carry, it's a lot. I always say carry, French. But Kyrie and Kanye West, this is what you should know. Blessed are you for going against, you understand, for enduring these type of persecution, man. Us in the UPK, we've been enduring it since 1969. You understand? Envy in the chat. Envy in the chat say, I am the devil. Well, no sweat. Well, you know what? You'll be a slave. Shalom. You understand? You'll be a servant. Shalom. You understand? In due time. You understand? But hold on, just hold it. You understand? Kyrie Ivan. You understand? Kanye West. Read it again.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
It is something right to say that the black men are the Jews. Right. It is something right to say, you understand, black, Hispanics, and Native Indian are the 12 tribes of Israel. It is the truth, and the truth will never be wrong. This is why they cannot come against Kanye West and say Kanye West lied. Right. You know what? If they say Kanye West lied, what would happen? All of you brothers, you understand, will be on the internet and say, nah, it ain't lie. You understand? All of you brothers will be in camp and saying, you understand, we are the real Jews, they are not. And it will take fight. We pray. We pray, you understand, for God, you understand, to open the airways. And that's what we're seeing right now. You understand? That's what we're seeing right now. Blessed are you, you understand, that get persecuted for righteousness, for saying the truth. Don't never apologize for saying the truth. You understand? Don't never apologize for saying that black people are the real Jews, because it is the truth. All right. Fernandez Shaw said you got to take the DNA test to find your true identity, genealogy, historical, and whatever. All right. You know, there's there's DNA test that they give to cats, and they say the cat, you understand, is African. Go look it up. Your DNA test is a fraud. Look it up. It's on 60 Minutes. You understand? 60 Minutes made a video about it. Fernandez Shaw. You understand? 60 Minutes did it. You understand? A show about it. DNA test is a fraud. Why? Because who gives you the DNA test? The same oppressor that oppress your family, man. The same oppressor that oppress your people, man. They lie about the Bible. We just read where Solomon said, I am black. And the Jewish man say he is the Jew. Solomon was a Jew. And you think that they're going to tell you the truth about DNA? You must be dumb. Understand? And that's why we have class. Be smart. Use your mind. Use your brain and think. Who make the DNA test? Who tell you about DNA? The oppressors. Understand? Or if you want to go to DNA, DNA will tell you that the Jewish man is not a Jew also. Look it up. Go ahead, Officer Shalom.
Salakia Adawan. And if I may, Captain Zaria brought up something the other day that I thought was beautiful. If you follow that the science of DNA, every single one of us lead back to Noah.
God.
So according to the science of DNA tests, we should all have the same blood type.
God. And as it should. DNA. As it should, every one of us should bring back to Noah. Go ahead, please.
Lucky, that was it. But it's like if you're following the biblical narrative and you're following that DNA science, all of us lead back to Noah. We're all family.
And let me tell you how DNA doesn't tell you your nationality, because if I was born from a white mother, what type of DNA would I have?
So now the other one, your father's DNA.
No, but my father's nationality, but what type of DNA would I have?
The Y chromosome from the father.
But it would be both, right?
Right. Yes, it would show both.
If we go in DNA, it will be both parents. So it will be, you understand, I will be from Europe and also Israel. Right. Just like the DNA, why I brought that, I say that, because just like we see in DNA right now, it will say what? You have percentage in Europe, 2% in Europe, 3% in Africa, matter of fact, 10% in Africa, 5% in China, and so on and so on.
Right.
Understand? Because
Right.
also the officer shall once say, if we really follow DNA, it will should bring the marker should be back to Noah.
Oh, God.
You understand, Fernando Shaw? You know what? You have history in your Bible. If you really want to know where you're from, learn the Bible.
So I can, if I may,
Go ahead, please.
Just want to add a quick thing to it. Whoever that is, Fernandez Shaw. I don't know if he's a potential brother or whatever the case is. Just so you know, just like Officer 1000 Adiyar said, if a cat takes a DNA test, it's going to show that he's from Africa, regardless. Just like you have this viral video about this Edomite, this Caucasian man, DNA testing his iguana, which is from the Caribbean or Central and South America, this green iguana, right? The DNA test came back talking about the iguana is 40% Nigerian or whatever percent from Ghana, 13% European. I mean, since when do we have iguanas in Nigeria, in Ghana, and in Europe? Since when do we have iguanas in the UK and France? Now, make it make sense. These iguanas literally are from Central, South America, and in the Caribbean. So why are you talking about you're going to DNA test a lizard from the Caribbean, talking about, yeah, the lizard might be from Russia? Make it make sense now.
Fernando Shaw, you believe in the white man.
Exactly.
You believe in your oppressors.
So like, I would just wanted to add this though. They're trying to make the DNA, everybody come back like, yeah, we all from Africa, right? The motherland is Africa. Really, that theory came from the white man in the first place.
Right, yeah, man. All right.
So like, this theory that we are from Africa came from Charles Darwin, because Charles Darwin believing in evolution, thinking that, the human, he's going to say the human race, right? He's going to say the human race came from, we descended from monkeys. Now, we descended from apes. Now, where is the only place where we find apes, right? It will be on the continent of Africa. He was talking about the chimpanzees and the gorillas, you understand? And the closest place where we find the most apes, which are the chimpanzees and the gorillas, are in Africa, which is the reason why he's going to say, yeah, we started in Africa. You understand? But when we look into the scriptures, Israel is the mother of all, because we all came from the Middle East. You understand? Even the Africans came from the Middle East and it spread to the African continent. You understand? We don't all come from Africa. Even Africans thinking they all come from Africa. It comes from the white man. You understand? So like the other one.
And before I leave, all right, we're about to leave and I'll send pretty soon. And then also Shaman, we have the class. But I'm gonna read you something, just the title of something that's in you could find, right? Oldest human fossil found outside of Africa throws popular theory into doubt. Anybody guess where the oldest fossil was found?
It's like
Not you. Not you. You can't. Anybody, also about one of Sashan one. Oldest human fossil found outside of Africa throws popular theory into doubt. Guess where that oldest fossil was found?
Right in the God's chosen land.
Which is what?
Jerusalem region there.
Israel. Give it.
Peace.
Israel. And what does the Bible say?
So like, I'm just going to paraphrase. Israel is the mother of all.
That's right. Matter of fact, it's a lot. It's a lot. Give me a second. It's lost. Done. Also, Sean, one after that, you got it, right? Right. Can you see it? Can y'all see it? Y'all can see it? Oldest human fossil found outside of Africa throws popular theory into doubt. Now they can say, you understand, they in doubt, you understand, and be like, well, we made a mistake. Well, that's your DNA test.
Right.
That's your DNA test. Then where those humans, you understand, outside of Africa, that's older than Africa come from? Matter of fact, Africa, just like Officer Barakala was saying, Africa is not the motherland. You know why? Because you have the what? Which empire was before Yasser Kemet?
Salakia, when you had Salakia, when go ahead, I don't want Salakia.
Salakia, Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, which is called what in secular history?
Salakia, I don't want. You had the Babylonians and the Sumerians and the Phoenicians.
The second one.
Salakia, I don't want. You had the Sumerians.
The Sumerian Empire, where Nimrod was at. And when you see all the Egyptian gods and everything, they all come from Sumeria. Understand? All come from, look it up, I can. All these Egyptian gods and everything come from Sumer. And where is Sumer?
Salakia, I don't want.
Go ahead.
It's in what we call today the Middle East.
Precise.
Salakia, I don't want. If I'm not mistaken, it's by the land of Iraq.
Iraq. There you go. Iraq. So in Iraq is not Africa. Iraq is not Africa, Fernando Shaw. You understand? All these things in Africa come from Iraq and everything with, you understand, Nimrod and everything, the Tower of Babel and everything. Go look it up. That's in history. You understand?
Yeah, right.
So where do we come from? Then your DNA is not gonna say where you are 2 or 5% from Iraq. Why not then? Think about it. With that, I say, you understand? Shalom to all the brothers. You understand? Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, to the sisters, right?
Yahweh, Shema, Shem Shai.
Yeah, but Shem Shabrak thought.
All right, also, Shawan, you got it.
Okay, so let's clap it up for that powerful priest. Priest Officer 1000 out of yard. All right, and we're gonna jump into some scripture. We got a couple articles we're gonna read. Matter of fact, select you 1 second. We're gonna jump into an article. Just for anybody who doesn't know what's going on, just to kind of catch them up on what's been going on with Kanye West and Kyrie Irving. All right. So I got a couple articles here. Let me share my screen. Slovakia. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. I got a couple articles we'll go into real quick, just to piggyback off of what Officer Adia was saying, just to keep it going. So this is an article from New York Post. All right, it's titled "Kanye West Now Suspended from Twitter After Vile Anti-Semitic Rant." Right, what's so important, what's going on in this time right now is that it's such a beautiful thing. Right, I know Officer Adia brought this out earlier. This is a prayer that we say in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Open up the airways. You understand? We ask the Most High to open up the airways so that we can get his word out. Right? The Most High commands his priests, his prophets to go out and prophesy to the wind. Right? Just speak the word of the Most High so that his people can hear his word, so that his people can come back to him. And that's why we pray in the I.S.U.P.K to open up the airways. We want to open up the airways so that every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child can hear this truth, so that they can hear what's required of them, hear what's expected of them from the Most High, so that we can come back to him and get out of this nonsense that we've been living in. Right? So this post right here is powerful because, right, what we've been seeing, Officer Badawan, if you want to jump in at any time, please go ahead. Right? We're seeing these airways being open. Right? This is something we've been praying for. And Kanye West has been coming out saying that, how can I be anti-Semitic when I'm the real Jew? Kyrie Irving's making posts about Hebrews to Negroes, about how Black people are the real Jews. You had I.S.U.P.K, I think he came out a year or so ago saying that he's a Jew. Nick Cannon saying that he's an Israelite. all these different brothers and sisters coming out saying that we have an identity, we have a culture, right? We actually belong to a nation of people. And it's such a beautiful thing to see it happen. And to every brother that's in the school, we really got to jump on this opportunity, right, to let brothers and sisters know that all of this leads back to the I.S.U.P.K. All of this leads back to the work that the men of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General YAHANNA are doing. We've been teaching this truth since 1969, letting our people know who they are according to the Bible, letting them know their nationality and why we're in the conditions that we're in, right? So we got to really jump on these articles. We got to really jump on these things that are going on, because it's a beautiful time to fish for our people, right? Kanye West is being attacked saying he's anti-Semitic, and he's sitting there saying, how can I be anti-Semitic when I am Semitic? I am Shemitic. I descend from the bloodline of Shem. I descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is who I am. And these devils and these oppressors and these nations don't want this truth getting out. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to know that you're an Israelite. They don't want you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, because they understand what that means for their kingdom. They understand that their world, their kingdom is coming to an end. You understand? Like the scriptures say, Salakia, paraphrasing, how does that go? For the end of the world, Salakia, what's that verse? Something about for the end of the world is Esau, and Jacob is the beginning of it that cometh. Right? We got to understand that this kingdom that's in power right now is coming to an end. And the 12 tribes of Israel, being blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our rulership is coming. Our rulership is coming. It's close. You understand? The Most High is waiting for us to just get our act together to start obeying him. He's waiting for righteous men, you understand, to obey him, who are ready to lead his kingdom under Christ. You understand? Our kingdom is coming, and their kingdom's coming to an end. They don't want you to know who you are. And this is why stories like this are so big. Right? Kanye West didn't even say anything too crazy. He just made a couple posts, a couple tweets, and the whole world's going crazy. Right? So getting into this article, it says Kanye West now suspended from Twitter after vile anti-Semitic rant. Kanye West was suspended from Twitter after writing early Sunday that he wanted to go DEFCON 3 on Jews, just hours after Elon Musk welcomed him back to the platform. Right? These are things that's going on in the earth right now. These are things that has people up in arms about. Right? His brother said, I'm ready to go DEFCON 3 on these Jews. Right? Meaning, right, what the brother was really saying is that if you read more on the story and you find out more about what's going on, the brother's really saying, he's like, I'm tired of these Jewish, Salakia, just for teaching purposes, these Jewish bastards promoting my people in a certain light. I'm tired of them showing our women as strippers and hoes. I'm tired of them promoting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as drug dealers, as murderers and thieves. Meanwhile, over there, they claim to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They would never let their women dress up the way they portray our women. They would never let their people work on the Sabbath, but meanwhile, they'll make you work on the Sabbath. They'll never promote their men as drug dealers and thieves and murderers, but they'll promote blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as murderers. And this is what Kanye West is speaking out against. Kanye West is speaking out against all these different Jewish people who are making these contracts, writing these contracts to different Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men and women, promoting our people to look like a certain way in social media, to look like a certain way in all these different rap videos and all this different media that we see on the TV, the movies, all these different things that we see. But meanwhile, they never let their people look like that. This is what Kanye West is speaking out against, right? The article goes on to read, in a bizarre and vile rant, the rapper also known as Ye wrote, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew." You understand? This is what Kanye West said, right? I'm going to read that one more time. This is what Kanye West said. He said, in a bizarre, vile rant, the rapper also known as Ye wrote, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew." And this is what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't realize, is that you are the chosen people of God. You are the real Israelites the Bible speaks of.
Salaki officer.
Come on, Council.
I think what he exactly said was that Black people are Jews too. So he wasn't denying them to be Jewish, and they still trying to cancel him. He's not denying. He wasn't as hardcore as we.
Right.
We say you are not the Jew. You are the synagogue of Satan. Kanye was saying Black people are Jews too.
Come.
And they still wanted to crucify him.
Come.
That's how cruel they are.
Common concept, Salakia, for all of that's so heavy, right? Because it's like when even listening to all the different media that's going on, right, surrounding these stories, there is nothing that in the world we would say was hateful speech or disrespectful or anything like that Kanye West said. Kanye West was just claiming an identity, right? He was just claiming an identity. He wasn't talking about anybody else's identity. He wasn't talking about those Europeans living in Israel, right, the Caucasian man living in Israel, Amalek, according to the Bible, living in Israel. Kanye West was just speaking about Blacks, right?
Right.
But like Officer Adiyar brought out earlier and Officer Baraka Allah, right? Psalms 83, they've consulted together with one consent, right? These other nations have consulted together with one consent to keep the identity away from Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They've taken crafty counsel against us to destroy us. You can be anything, right, in this world except for, as a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you can be anything except for a Jew. You can be anything except for an Israelite, right? A couple of years ago when Blacks were looking for their identity, Black people were saying, we're Nubian. Black people were saying, we're Kemetic, we're African. We're claiming back our identity. We're trying to figure out who we are. And nobody had anything to say about it. Nobody had a problem with Blacks saying that we're Nubian. Nobody had a problem with Black people saying we're Egyptian.
Right.
The minute a Black man wants to say that he's an Israelite, the whole world is up in arms.
Right. And Salaki, and even here in Jamaica, where we have the Rastafarians in, we are Ethiopians. Okay. Even though you check the slave trade history, no slaves from Ethiopia came into the Caribbean.
Okay.
But they are still allowed to say that they are Ethiopians. No one is trying to cancel them for that.
Right.
but they can't be Jew.
Concept. Concept. You can be
Can't be Jew.
anything but a Jew.
Anything but a Jew.
God, and that should wake some people up to see what's really going on. You understand? We've been in slavery for over 400 years over in North and South Central America, and we're still going around calling ourselves Jamaican, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're still going around calling ourselves Haitian, calling ourselves Dominican, Antiguan, all these different bywords that the people who enslaved us named us, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think Jamaica means land of wood and water in Spanish. I think it's a Spanish word for land of wood and water, right? That's not who you are, Jamaican man. That's not who you are, Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. You have an identity, and it doesn't come from your oppressor. You can find your identity in the Bible. You understand? Matter of fact, let's jump to a scripture really quick. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. Pull that out really quick. Jeremiah 17 and 4 says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. Right? You're going around calling yourselves Jamaican, Haitian, Puerto Rican, African American, Black, Hispanic, Native American. These are bywords. The Bible said that the Jews would discontinue from thine heritage. You're going around and you don't know what your heritage is. You don't know your history. You don't know your identity. That's found in the Bible. That was prophesied to happen to the children of Israel in the Bible. And that has not happened to any other race of people on the earth. The so-called Jewish man living in Israel, he knows exactly who he is. He can ask his grandfather who he is. He'll tell you that he's Polish. He'll tell you he's German. He'll tell you exactly where his people come from. But you ask a Black, Hispanic, and Native American man what their identity is, they have no idea where they come from. Why? Because we disobeyed God. Jeremiah 17 and 4 says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. You understand? We're the sons and daughters of honorable men and women. We're the sons and daughters of Noah, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're the sons and daughters, you understand, of a very beautiful race of people, a people that God loves. And these people don't want you to know that, right? Going on in the article, it says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because Black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. The rapper appeared to be referencing the military term DEFCON, which is a term with 5 levels to denote the intensity of a national security threat. A Twitter rep told the Post on Sunday afternoon that West's account has been locked due to a violation of Twitter's policies. That means the Grammy winner can't currently tweet, and the tweet in question has been deleted. Right? Kind of piggybacking off what Officer Abadawan said, right? Not only can we not be a Jew, they deleted the post. They deleted Kanye's tweet. Twitter doesn't.
as if
Salaki,
as if to say that it cannot be rewritten.
right. Answer. They do not want you to know that you are a Jew. You understand? Twitter does not want you to know that you are a Jew.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right there in front of you.
Well, we've got news for them because Salaki, sir.
Khan, go ahead.
We've got news for them because this wake up they cannot stop.
Khan.
You know, someone in government who deal with organization registration was telling me since this week, you know, that a lot of the church out here who have the pastors have now come to their senses. You know, a lot of them break rank and is now registering. They're still not coming into the truth, but they are registering themselves as Israelites. And they are telling their congregation that they are Israelites. But you and I know that they would still need to come in the truth to get the true teaching of the Israelites.
Right.
But at least they are waking up.
Concert.
So I would
Go
like
ahead.
to see them cancel those ones. I would like to see them cancel those people like they cancel Kanye.
Right. Right, sir.
Yeah.
Salakia.
So how old is this post?
Go ahead, sir. What's up?
Salaki, I was asking how old is that post?
Who made that post?
How old is it? How old is it?
Oh, Salakia. That one was that was on the 10th. That was October the 9th.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, it was about a month ago.
Okay.
Maybe about 3 weeks. But I got a couple more that I'll share because not only Kanye West, but at the same time, Kyrie Irving has been posting some interesting things. And this story that I have here is on LeBron James. This was a reaction to some of the things Kyrie Irving had said. Salaki officer, by the way, I'm not sure. Did you hear about what Kyrie Irving was saying or what Kyrie Irving did?
Not as much as I understand Kanye.
All right, no sweat. Let me see if I can pull up the interview really quick on what Kyrie Irving said.
Okay, Salaki, while you search for that, can I read another part from the Jeremiah 17:4 that you were reading?
Concert. Did you want me to read that for you?
I was gonna read it, but I don't know if you're going back to it.
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Okay, because this is one scripture that we can use to debunk the false Jew. Because it says, all right, you read, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I give thee. And it says also, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. these Jewish men have never been doing this. They want to tell us about the time with Hitler, which they themselves, many sect of the Jews says that Hitler that it didn't happen. They say that if Hitler had killed 6 million Jews, then the Jewish population would actually have been wiped out, because that was the Jewish population on record at that time was just over 6 billion. And after Hitler's Holocaust, there was 6 point something, close to 7 million. There was no reduction in numbers.
Oh.
No drastical reduction in numbers. So, I don't know. They themselves, this was a Jewish report.
Right. Counselor Salakia, this is the video on what Kyrie Irving said. This is I guess he's a basketball player with the he plays for the New Jersey Nets. And all he did was he posted. I'm not sure if you've seen that. All he posted was on Twitter a documentary called Hebrews to Negroes. He didn't say nothing.
I didn't see the documentary. He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything. He just posted a book or a documentary saying that this is so. I don't know if he even said anything, but he just posted the link to where you can get it off Amazon. So
why didn't they attack the book?
Right, which is what he said.
Yeah, why are they attacking him?
Constance Salagi said, if I may, I'm gonna play this video just so you can hear what he said.
Before you play that, better yet, why don't they attack the UPK? This is where real warriors dwell. They should.
Constance Salagi, and that's what the brother above me said, is that Kanye West and Kyrie Irving need to put on all black.
Right.
And these brothers been in the school and they learned how to combat some of these things that people are saying. They would have had no problem letting people know what it is that they stand on and who it is that we are.
Right.
Yes, like it.
Like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash, or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion.
Salaki, just a quick pause. All this brother said is that he went on Amazon and he typed in Yahweh. And when he typed in Yahweh, which is a Yiddish version of saying Yahweh, or the tetragrammaton, what people know as a tetragrammaton, or the name of the Most High. He typed in Yahweh on Amazon, and this book popped up, or this documentary popped up. And when it popped up, he shared it and posted it on Instagram. That's all that he did.
Ooh, so I suppose now we don't have the right to research.
God, sir.
I thought slavery was over.
So, I don't want slavery is not over. Good night.
I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it. whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations, and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said.
Go ahead, sir.
He is just protecting the money.
Come.
What's that scripture again? That says, "He that findeth his life shall lose it." Where is that again?
Come. Salakia.
Can you remember that offhand?
So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 39. It says, "He that findeth his life shall lose it."
Right. So that's basically what he's doing, He's trying to find his life, man.
Right.
His money. He's protecting, even if it means throwing the entire people under the bus. He's protecting his life. Read on.
Come. "And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it."
Right. It's best if he allows, let them throw you out. Stick to what you are saying. Stick to what you found, what you believe, what you know to be true. That's what it seems. Kanye has more balls than him.
Come.
Yeah, because Kanye said what he said, and Kanye, they even Adidas even went on to cancel him after he said that, and he keeps talking. And they say, well, Kanye is more like the truth is the truth, or I am a Jew. How can you stop that?
Come.
But this man is saying now, I grew up in a melting pot. I didn't. Basically, he's saying, well, I'm Christian. I love everybody.
Come. That's exactly it. Salakia.
Yeah, but he's gonna die for saying that.
Come, sir.
He's trying to resist the Spirit. The Holy Spirit is at work, and he's trying to resist. Bad for him. He's there now. That stance which you have, man, is like, oh Lord, let this cup pass. I need my money.
Right.
That's the wrong thing in this time. The people comes first. The people is more important. All right.
God said, Salaki, if I may, like what you said is so heavy, and that even growing up in Christianity, we're not taught in Christianity that you have to actually sacrifice something in order to follow Christ. You understand? In Christianity, everything's about what can I get? What can God do for me? What can Jesus do for me?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Kyrie Irving was taught.
Right.
And it's like, being under commanding General YAHANNA, we understand that, right? Like even that parable of that rich man where Christ said, sell everything that you have and come and follow me.
Right.
Like follow
he wouldn't be doing that.
Constant.
That's not Kyrie Irving.
Constant.
I was watching a video last night where a recent video, I think it was posted last week or so, a college professor, black college professor from one of them, I think he's from one of the HBCUs. the show that he was on, they had him as a guest, and he was saying that a couple months ago, Kanye was saying that he want out of his contracts, but if he should leave, then they are going to sue him and all that. So the professor was saying that Kanye is actually a genius. He find a way to let them kick him out of the contracts.
Right.
Without you have to pay. But it's more than that. The Jake is uncomfortable, and there is something in that is making him uncomfortable. And by the way, you know that a similar thing to what the American black people in the music industry is facing. You have people out here in the reggae music facing that same thing with royalties. Yeah, same thing. Our government know of this. I think this royalty, the house, that house which can collects royalty. They were saying that there are billions of dollars, more than $3 billion in reggae royalties that is out there.
Okay.
Right. But how they do it? How whoever they don't really touch the royalty, but they can move it around and invest it and collect from it. So you're looking at approximately $3 billion somebody moving around and collecting interest from it. While those who should be getting the royalty, they are either dead or something. From the time of burning spear and so on, there was a problem with that. And we don't know if those behind it are Jewish or not. We don't know their ethnicity. But there are persons behind it who are collecting royalties of the head of these reggae artists. Yeah. Similar thing in Jamaica.
John Constance, Salakia, and if I may, right, it says in the book of First Timothy, for the love of money is the root of all evil.
Right.
Right. And I think also in Matthew it says something about where your heart is, your treasure is.
Right.
But speaking about, it's like the things that you hold important on this earth. And Salaki, General Muhammad says it the best. I should say it like this: you can't be selfish and serve the Most High.
Exactly.
You understand? Like you can't.
And I've come to prove that.
You have to kill like you have to kill the desires of your flesh when it comes to serving the Most High. And everything in this kingdom teaches you against that. This kingdom teaches you to go after money, to go after fame, to go after the woman that you want, to chase women and not have responsibility. All the things that your flesh wants. These are the things that we have to fight.
Right.
You understand? Like Satan, like the Salakia, the white man, the devil the Bible speaks of, like he'll teach you that anything your flesh desires, those are the things that's important.
Right.
Black Hispanics and Native Americans, like we got to learn to fight our flesh.
Right.
We got to learn to obey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, because that's the beginning of our fight. That's the battle that all of us have to understand to get out of this oppression that we're in. And brothers like Kyrie Irving, and all these different reggae artists, soca artists, whatever it may be, it's always the same thing. You understand? It comes down to the things that you desire most and learning to have some discipline to understand that maybe what I want isn't best for my life. You understand? Like, even if I want all these millions of dollars and whatever it may be, Maybe that's not what's best for my life. Maybe it's best for me to give my money to the people that are struggling. Maybe it's best for me that if I got all these millions of dollars to share it with my community, that way my nation can grow as a people. You understand? And when it comes to serving Christ, you can't serve yourself. You have to sacrifice. You have to be willing to fight your flesh. You have to be willing to endure, understand, in order to get the kingdom of heaven. And that's what Christ came to teach us. Salakia.
Well, these brothers need to know that in a matter of time, might be their lifetime, most likely, this all will be going away. So they'll be losing contract and all. So which side will they be on at that time?
Right.
These are the jakes who will be saying, I want to go back to Egypt. When I was in Egypt, we were eating from the flesh pots. Yeah, but you were enslaved. Yeah, but I was a well-paid slave.
God.
Yeah. Brothers like these give trouble in the wilderness. Want to go back. Talking about where from he grew up in a melting pot, and
Right.
he loved people of all ethnicity. Now, this is why I give it up for Commanding General YAHANNA, man. I don't give a damn. Right. I don't love everybody. I love who God love and hate who God hate. God say he doesn't like the white man. I doesn't like the white man. And I don't like them because they are white. I don't like them for what they have done to my people, including this brother. So right. I'm not going to tell them, I grew up in a melting pot. No. I grew up under your feet, and I hate you for that. Yeah. House niggas, man. Can you have little more balls than him?
Right. So like I heard Captain Tazariak say the other day, right? He was just on the topic of hate. Right. King David said, "Do I not hate thee, O Lord, that hate thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred." Man, anybody who comes against the Most High and the, I mean, you want to go around teaching that Christ is white. You know what I mean? You want to speak all these different blasphemies and lies on the Bible and on the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. Man, all the wicked things you've done to the children of Israel. You understand? Right. I don't love you. I'm not going to hold hand in hand with you. I'm not going to protest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about how I grew up in a melting pot and I respect their way of life. Their way of life is disgusting. Their way of life oppresses my people. And they want
their way of life is oppressive unto us.
Their way of life is disgusting.
Right.
You understand? I have no respect for the way these people live. I have no respect for their culture. You understand? For the ways they want to live.
Right.
It's destroying my people. Salakia.
You're gonna play some more of this?
Come on, constant.
But I want to make sure I did it right because I don't want to
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
I might take it that this was what you shared was not something that you've even watched. This was you did watch it or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? Well, I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
we're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? I don't hear uproar of that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Okay, Reed, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I'm just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me me in front of
putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting. Yeah, put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not
you put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not.
So let's move on.
Let's
move on.
Anti-Semitic.
Let's move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
Chancellor.
Can you mute your mic? It's kind of reverberating.
Oh, come on, Council, select.
You can touch it back a little. He's saying something. His argument is sensible, but this is an opportunity for him to come out against those who are hurting his people.
Council, select. Like he's basically saying, like, I'm not promoting this book, this documentary. He's saying, like, I just posted it on my Twitter for people to see.
Yeah, but why don't they cancel Amazon who's selling it?
Right.
They don't have that power over Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
All right, can touch it back a little and play some more, but mute your mic. It's kind of reverbing.
Council.
Put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
okay. You put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not.
So let's move on.
Let's move on. Anti-Semitic.
Let's move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
it's no people that you're making up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
move on. Next question.
Anybody
Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at it
questions for
and they're
me?
going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie basketball.
Premier Clean, Green Guard.
Slacky, did you hear that? Okay.
Con.
Yeah, he's this brother just straight up saying, I'm not promoting the book. This is some information I fell across, and this is something that might be interesting for my people.
Right. That's true. That is true. Just like you're just like Officer, what's his name again?
Officer Adiyar.
Adiyar said, yeah, you can be anything else except a Jew.
Okay.
They are coming at him with and saying he's anti-Semitic for posting something that it's like a repost. It's something that is already out there.
Answer.
If I may, I suppose if he had posted the book, what's the name of that book again?
This is the book here.
That's the one he posted.
God, Hebrews to Negroes. Now, and Salaki, I'm not promoting that anybody read this. This is a book I got a while ago that has some interesting information. But this is basically a documentary that this is what Kyrie Irving had posted for brothers and sisters to watch.
Then suppose he had posted the book about the Khazars.
God.
Oh, the 13th tribe. What if he had promoted the 13th tribe?
Right. so like it. Right. This is what he should have posted.
Right. 13th tribe. You can't get more anti-Semitic than that. Because that book is, I think it was written by whites.
Right.
And that book is being so sarcastic, is saying, well, there is 12 tribes of Israel and you are calling yourself one of the tribes. So you must be the 13th one. You're not the other one. You know, that's the reason for the name, you know, the 13th one. They say you're part of the 12, so you must be the 13th.
God, so like, I always wondered because they'll always call themselves Jew. They'll say they're Jew, they say we're Jewish, but what about all the other tribes? Right. Who are they and where are they today?
Where are the 12?
God. God.
Maybe we need to send Kanye and Kyrie Irving a copy of that book.
Concert.
Yeah, just give them it as a present.
Concert. So, Lagi, if I may, because we're about to wrap this class up.
No sweat.
Let me jump to. I'm gonna bring out one scripture. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Because this is something that our people need to understand. Let me share my screen. Right, this is what the I.S.U.P.K has been saying since 1969. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. Right? What this whole class is about that we're bringing out tonight, right? Brothers and sisters tuned in, make sure you like, share, subscribe this class. Subscribe to No Cowards Canada. Subscribe to Jamaica, I.S.U.P.K Jamaica doing their thing. Right? Black Watch, Commanding General YAHANNA, is the most important show you need to be watching every Monday night, Saturday night. They should be live right now on Black Watch. The captains are getting it in. The I.S.U.P.K since 1969 has been letting you know that the Jews are in mourning and they are black. They are black. They are different shades of black unto the ground. You understand? The Jews are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And this is what we've been teaching since 1969, that you are the real children of God. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have an identity. The black man in America, the black man in Jamaica, the West Indies, all through North and South Central America, you are the real Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And you need to come back to your heritage. Understand? You need to come back to your heritage and start obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, because you have an identity. And people like Kanye West and Kyrie Irving and the whole world, they're starting to see through the internet, through these different highways and byways, because of the I.S.U.P.K, that you are the true children of God. You understand? The Jews are in mourning and they are black. Understand? This is what the world doesn't want you to know. And this is why, like, if you see Kyrie Irving, I think Kyrie Irving's suspended for a couple games. Kyrie Irving is suspended because he put on Twitter that he just posted on Twitter to go see the book or documentary Hebrews to Negroes. Twitter wants to shut down Kanye West because he say the Jews are black. This is what's going on in the earth right now, and you better understand who you are, black, Hispanic, and Native American, man.
Well, Salaki, when I say Kanye, give him, quote it the way he did. He said the Jews are black also.
Come on, Custer. Let me see if I can bring that back up.
Right. Quote it the way he said it, because Kanye wasn't trying to take away anything from them,
Right.
He wasn't being as hardcore as us.
Come on, Custer. This was a New York Post from Kanye West. He said in a bizarre Slovakia. Let me zoom in a bit so that you see my screen a little better. So this was the quote from Kanye West. He said, in a bizarre and vile rant, the rapper, also known as Ye, wrote, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also." That's what Kanye West said, Salakia.
But what I've learned from Kanye now is that his father was Black Panther.
Right. God.
Yeah. So there is some black consciousness in his household. But, many of them being black conscious, they choose money. Just like the Coon Steve Harvey. Just like Coon Harvey. And the others, they keep them out shut and make money.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, sir. Well, Salaki, if I may, again, any brother and sister watching, make sure you tune into Black Watch. They're live now, right? Go and check out the Black Watch YouTube. Okay, they're live now. Check that out. It is the only news that's important to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe this page. Right, Salaki, Officer Badawan, is there anything else you wanted to say before I close out the class?
Not really, just to our people that You know, stop following these coons. Start following the truth. This Kanye thing is gonna die down at some point. What are you going to do? Go back to being a coon, or are you going to be awakened? You know, I wish that more people would just wake up.
Come on, constant. So Salagi, with that said, we're going to give a close to Saturday night scripture breakdown. All right, let's clap it up. We're going to give the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. Before I close out the class, I'm going to put the links for the sign out. All right, make sure you sign out before you end the class. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. All right. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'aishra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, please give. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Dedication, also known as Hanukkah in the Hebrew, which is on the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. This will be on Thursday, the 7th of December, 2023, for 8 days. You can read about it in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 to verse 61. To any brother who wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers and one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israelite Madium, which means stand in the Hebrew. To give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahba Shem Yashar Barakatham, Yad Yamatah, which means hands down, Sar, turn and face the sisters. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Lathan Bashim Yashar, Yad Yamatah. Class dismissed. All right, make sure you hit those sign-out links before we end the class. All right, shalom, Israel.
Shalom. Shalom, shalom.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga. This is blood. And yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rubber. The world turned its back over. I'm a crippler. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out. I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing. Sin is curse. We can't forgive us for forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rankings give me, have your respect to your apprentice. We bout your business, this loyalty and death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fair. They said there'll be many matches. I'm just grinding for my time share. The devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal, but ain't no getting out the game like you manji. Or if you take that offense.